This is the Bison Football Show with Coach Tim Polasek. Brought to you by Gate City Bank for a better way of life. And Pepsi.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Bison Football Show. Along with Coach Tim Polasek, I'm Sam Neidermann. Great to have you along with us. Coach, good to see you. Thank you for the time. Regular season has come to a close, and it's time to get ready for some playoff football. We'll look ahead to the bracket tonight. We'll also look back on yesterday at USD. Obviously not the finish of the game that you were looking for. What have you thought about here, reflecting on the way that that one ended?
Yeah, you wish you were just getting ready for a game right now. But we got to hold on to, the loss. It's got to hurt. It hurts right now. Losing's not easy, especially the way, it ended. We had really had a chance to end the season on a high note, and to lose on the last play of the game really does sting. It hurts, and I know our players are hurting, and I'm okay with them sitting on this one until tomorrow night's practice.
That was a roller coaster of a game, 29-28 in the final in Vermillion. Let's take a look back at how it all went down with our first half highlights. Bison on the road looking for an outright Valley title. We pick things up, 9 minutes to play in the first quarter. Carter Bell with a first down catch for USD. Bison went 3 and out to start this game. They punted away. USD would put together a drive, and they struck first. Travis Tice into the end zone, Coach, and it was 7-0 with 6:35 to play in the first quarter.
They were really establishing the run game on first and second down, and those two running backs are a tough out. They're tough to bring to the ground, and that was a missed opportunity right there for us.
Jalen Crumby nearly with the interception, almost got he did get his feet in bounds, just wasn't able to control it going to the ground. That would set up 3rd down and 1 inside the 15. They go Wildcat. Travis Tice makes it 14-0.
Yeah, an interesting shift for them to create some leverage numbers issues for us, and they capitalized.
Bison did not have a first down on their first 4 possessions with less than 5 minutes to go in the half. They get one here. Cam Miller using his legs on the scramble. 3rd down and 8. Bison able to move the sticks on a nice play from Cam.
Well, here he's in that mode now where he's going to be gritty. He's going to try to will the team to stay on the field, and that's what we asked him to do, and he's a heck of a competitor.
Less than 4 minutes to play in the half. Cam back to throw, floats it over the middle. Raja Nelson, nice to have Raja back in this one. 30-yard catch. First down, Bison trailing by 14, their largest deficit of the season. Take another look. Raja able to make the play even down on the turf. Couple of plays later, NDSU with 3rd down and 15. Cam back to throw, and he finds Braylon Henderson for the score.
Yeah, it was really good. We got into some tempo. They were giving us some different looks that, we hadn't quite repped as many as some of their cover 4 things and 2 high safety stuff. And Cam found the open guy right here, and it's a big-time play. It gets us back with a little bit of momentum right now. 23-yard score for Braylon, 14-7. Code Green steps up, gets a stop. Bison start from their own 17-yard line. Miller with the pass completion to Raja Nelson, 10 yards. That would make him the all-time leading passer in Bison history. More on that in a second. Then, over the middle, Bryce Lance splitting the defense. 40-yard gain into Coyote territory. Yeah, big time here in the middle 8 of the game, right? To win this portion of the game was critical because they were going to get the ball at halftime.
Yeah, Cam able to beat the blitz, now down into the red zone. Cam getting the quarterback run, 3rd down and 1 inside the 10. He's tackled. Fresh set of downs, goal to go, and the Bison would cap it. Marty Brown's 2nd, 3rd, and 4th efforts for the score. Really
physical run by Marty. I was really happy with his finish, his effort level there. And then now we're starting to play some defense. We're starting to play complementary football. The offense, we were playing a little bit faster in our pace, but getting this score was huge. And now it's just a 0-0 game, a typical championship ball game.
Yeah, Bison had all the momentum going into the break as you take a look at the halftime stats presented by Nodak Insurance Company. Coach, what was your message to the team in the locker room?
Well, just that we had to play complementary football. We had to be better on defense on early downs against the run, which we, at this moment, are doing that pretty consistently. The first quarter, they had the run game established. And then on the flip side, you could see that we were starting to move them at times. And we were trying to get some creases in the seams for our pass game. And right now, it's just a matter of, okay, guys, we got to stick to it. Let's get a stop right away or hold at least to a field goal on this opening drive, and we'll settle in. And be there for each other. Play together, and ultimately you got to have a great deal of belief.
While we're in the middle of the highlights, Coach, there was a milestone moment there for Cam Miller in the first half. He becomes the all-time leading passer in North Dakota State football history. 8,810 yards. He passes Easton Stick, and it was with that pass to Raja there. What can you say about that accomplishment?
Well, again, he studies so hard, and he's continued to improve. The respect level I had for him as a fan when I was away was really high. But getting back here and getting to know him, nobody works harder than him. He's an unbelievable teammate, and he's a super accurate quarterback. And so when you combine work ethic with some ability and talent and drive, those things can be accomplished.
Another feather in his cap here in what's been a spectacular senior season for Cam Miller, the new all-time leader in passing here at NDSU. Much more to come here on the Bison Football Show. When we return, we're digging into the second half highlights. That's next. Stick with us.
More is better, especially with your checking account. More rewards, more convenience. With Gate City Bank, you'll even get a free gift and earn points on every debit card purchase. Sign up today and get 6,000 points. That's enough for more than $50 cash back, just in time for the holidays. You can open your account online in less than 10 minutes. Come see why banking is simply better here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and here. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life.
We're all players in the waiting game. Whether that's for the day's first flight, the first shot, or the first retrieve. Entire off seasons of prep and practice all pointed at that singular moment each of us live for. First light. Because that's when it all becomes real. And it's finally your time to shine. Shields.
Orthopedic pain is limiting. It's unpredictable. And when it disrupts the way you move, it disrupts the way you live. Life is better when you feel empowered to move the way you want, when you want. And that's where our experts come in. We're your guides to orthopedic and sports medicine treatment options that can manage your pain, rehab your injuries, and restore your confidence. Take back the freedom to move. Explore your orthopedic options at Sanford Health.
Chronic wasting disease is 100% fatal in deer. Though rare now, it will continue to rise unless you help do something about it. Knowing its location is the key to managing chronic wasting disease. When hunting in the Northeast and Unit 3B2 this fall, plan to get your deer tested. Visit gf.nd.gov to find drop-off locations or request a self-sample kit and review the regulations. The responsibility falls on us all. Let's keep the deer herds healthy for future generations.
Parents can influence their child's behavioral health in a few simple ways. The first is really having ongoing conversation.
Role modeling positive behavior. Parenting starts at home, and those positive influences that a parent has rolls off on their children.
Sometimes just a simple question will get a child talking, and you might learn things about your child that you just didn't know about before. If you get to a difficult topic, that's where you can reach out to Parents Lead and look for some of that information that might help you navigate that difficult topic. And that's one of the benefits of Parents Lead.
Next door, next move. With 45 locations, Gate City Bank is by your side everywhere. With sweeter perks, like free ATMs, and reward points every time you use your debit card. Plus, get 6,000 points just for signing up. That's more than $50 cash back just in time for the holidays. Welcome to banking that's simply better. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life.
Welcome back to the Bison Football Show. Along with Coach Polasek, I'm Sam Neidermann. Glad that you're with us. Let's go back to the second half highlights in Vermilion. Bison down by 3 against South Dakota. Coyotes got an opening drive field goal to start the second half. Bison would respond with a bang 44-yard play. Chris Harris over the shoulder catch from Cam Miller, who stood in and took the hit. Take another look, Coach.
Well, really good job by Cam staying in there and not flinching. He took a pretty good blow on the lower half of his body and spot on.
3rd down and 3. Bison at the 9-yard line. Cam Miller using his legs, able to get to the 6 for a first down, and then once again, quarterback run into the end zone, first lead of the game for the Bison.
Yeah, really good lead block by TK there, and you can see we're starting to get pretty deep into the game plan here and being forced to use the quarterback in the run game, and it was really good to have that back this week with Cam fully healthy.
Yeah, Cam's 7th rushing score of the season. Late third quarter, Aiden Bauman over the middle, almost intercepted again. Loshaka Rokes dropping back into coverage. Coyotes would have to punt. Their coverage team downs the ball at the 1 with 3 seconds to go in the third. 4s were up in the Dakota Dome. Bison trying to hang on to a 21-17 lead. This drive would begin at the 1-yard line. It would continue on. 4th and 1, Cam Miller gets the conversion. A second 4th and 1. He's down the sideline for a gain of 16. That would get the Bison cooking. Coach, you work out of your own end of their territory.
Well, it's like a 20-play drive or something. I mean, to come off your own goal line with a couple first downs is success. And so to finish this drive, with a score is just really remarkable. And we were going to be aggressive on 4th down going in this game. We were going to put it in the players' hands and see if they could win it for us.
3rd and 5, Roger Nelson with a first down. Griffin Crosa's field goal was good, but a leaping penalty called on USD, so that gives NDSU a first down. 2 plays later, Marty Brown into the end zone to cap off a 20-play, 99-yard touchdown drive.
Yeah, it was one of those drives you really thought you were going to be able to leverage. If we could get back out there on offense fast, maybe a chance to tire out their D-line.
On the ensuing South Dakota possession, a bomb touchdown pass to Jack Martins. That all of a sudden makes it a 1-score game. They would go for 2. Little hook and ladder is negated by the Bison defense. Code Green stands strong, keep it at a 5-point lead. But then, Coach, on the kickoff, perfectly placed over the head of Braylon Henderson. All Braylon can do is take it out of bounds at the 2.
I mean, it's one of those 50-50 situations. Like, are they going to onside or are they not? And then you have to still protect against the pooch squib. And then they drop it on the 2-yard line. It was just, really dumb luck.
NDSU trying to work out of its own end. Cam Miller on 3rd and 13 stopped shy of the line to gain. Bison would have to punt. USD takes over. This was the big play on their next possession. Javion Phelps on the sideline, initially ruled incomplete, but after replay review, you see gets a foot down. The catch would stand 27 yards. Bison trying to defend. Final seconds. NDSU gets a sack. Clock is running. No timeouts for South Dakota. They line up with 19 seconds to play, and then they get what would ultimately be the game-winning score. Javion Phelps open for the touchdown.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. We didn't play our technique and our fundamentals perfect as a divider corner in that situation. And anytime you lose, it really does. We hurt as much as anybody, if not more. Our players really don't like losing. It's hard to handle, but we need to move forward now, and we're into season 2, which is the playoffs, and we're super excited about that. There's 2 things I looked at going in there to talk to the guys at the end of the game, and one of them to make sure they knew the resolve and the fight and the togetherness that we showed to come back after that really poor start. Because the poor start probably led to all that stuff that happened. We just never dictated the terms in the game until the middle of the 3rd quarter, and then it's a ball game, and that kind of stuff happens. And you want to try to eliminate those situations as fast as you can.
Coach, defensively, what would you adjust having looked back at the tape, those last 2 drives for them?
Well, I think after the timeout, potentially, you let them get lined up so you get a look at their formation, and then potentially take a timeout, because that situation is going to get pretty sticky. It's probably a 2-play sequence. If they don't score on the first play, are we going to have our second call ready and those kind of things? And then I just think, it's too bad. It's unfortunate. We didn't make a couple plays. We missed 2 interception opportunities. We forced a fumble. We didn't get that ball back. And then we've just got to do a little better job of getting that ball out of the air. No matter what, that kid cannot come down with it. And we got to be a little more, we got to be better on contact on these deeper balls.
Yeah, you mentioned there at the sack sequence into the touchdown, potentially thinking of the clock management. Do you take a timeout there to potentially let your defense get set for that scenario?
Yeah, offensively, I have a real strong philosophy that anytime that it's the ability to call timeout is there for you, to be able to talk about 2- and 3-play sequences with the quarterback and with the O-line, you want to do it. Defensively, the argument is that the offense is scrambling around equal as much as you are. There was something in my DNA that was on my head, like take a timeout, and we didn't. And that's the one thing that I was in control of, that I would probably do over if I could.
No doubt about it. You look at the motivation. You mentioned that there at the end. This is something that you can use as fuel moving forward. How do you think this group will rally around it?
Well, I think coaches and players are very similar in the fact that, okay, now you look into everything after a loss, right? Sometimes you can overanalyze and you can point to things, here and there that you might not if you win a game. And so I think everybody's attention is now, okay, how do I get better? How do I move forward? How do I do my job so that this doesn't happen again? And so I think our intensity in practice, there's been good that's come out of losses in the past, and we've been the 2 seed often. And I think it's just one of those deals that we have to turn into a positive. And if nothing else, hey, we're not unbeatable. We got to play the full 60 minutes to the very best of our ability, and we should play and empty the tank every week. No doubt about it. Win or go home the rest of the way for the Bison. Let's take a look now at our Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota carry of the game, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota. Get coverage that moves you to a new state of well-being when you carry blue. Learn more at bcbsnd.com. Coach, we're looking at Marty Brown's touchdown to cap off the 99-yard drive. Yeah, really good job, again, of setting an edge and building the wall by the offensive line. And then he's got to do his part on the goal line, which is taking on second or a third-level defender, and he finishes, really strong. Those running backs, we didn't quite get them going the way we wanted to, but they're going to play a big piece in this playoff run. After the game, we also had our Nodak Insurance Company player of the game, Cam Miller, with WDAY's Sam Getzinger.
Cam Miller is our Nodak Insurance player of the game. Cam, it didn't shake out the way you guys wanted to. What are the thoughts after this one?
If I play better, we win, and I'll take the blame. I didn't start well, but we're going to see those guys down the road, and I'm really excited to play them again. Both sides of the ball can clean some stuff up, and I'm looking forward to the opportunity this playoffs.
To see this place erupt after the game, how much does that motivate you going into the playoffs?
A lot. I'm super competitive, and that really pissed me off, and we'll be better from this, I promise.
All-time leading passer in NDSU history. Congratulations on that. Any thoughts on that at all?
Not at the moment, no, sir.
Okay. Cam Miller is our Nodak Insurance player of the game.
All righty. Thank you, Sam. You see it there, Coach, a focused leader and certainly a determined demeanor from your quarterback. Yeah, he's a competitive he's one of the better competitors I've been around, and you can see by, his demeanor where his mind was at, and he can't wait to get back to work. And, somewhere in there we're going to see one of these opponents that we've played really physical. I mean, that game was one of the most physical games that I can remember, right along with South Dakota State. And the way everything set up is, you could see one of those teams again. And I think Cam and our players would welcome that. It was interesting. I was very pleased with our leaders, mentality after the game. Very good to hear. Looking forward to the postseason here as we might get one of those rematches. A little bit more on that as we go throughout the program. We're going to take another timeout. When we return, it's time for our Olaf Anderson feature, talking with one of the Bison wide receivers and a veteran, Tyler Terhark. That's on the other side.
More is better, especially with your checking account. More rewards, more convenience. With Gate City Bank, you'll even get a free gift and earn points on every debit card purchase. Sign up today and get 6,000 points. That's enough for more than $50 cash back, just in time for the holidays. You can open your account online in less than 10 minutes. Come see why banking is simply better here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and here. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life.
At Shields, we're anglers, endlessly seeking and refining techniques. We're hunters and storytellers because we've been out there. We're experts that put products and gear to the test so we can share that knowledge with you. At Shields, we understand your outdoor journey and the path you're on because we walk it too, every step of the way. Shields, right there with you.
When you carry blue, you get a devoted team backing you up, focused on you and your well-being, making it easier and affordable for you to make health a priority. When you carry blue, you get a health plan that anticipates your challenges, that's helping shape the future of healthcare, with more helpful tools and resources so you can get the most out of your benefits and focus more on living your best life. Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota. Carry blue. Carry on.
Hey, grab me one too.
Welcome back into the Bison Football Show. Sam Neidermann along with Coach Tim Polasek. It's time for this week's Olaf Anderson feature. Tyler Terhark from the Fargo area, fifth-year senior Bison wide receiver and one of 25 seniors on the NDSU roster who's been a Bison here and has called Fargo home.
Fifth-year senior Tyler Terhark may not have all the glamorous moments as a Bison wide receiver, but the Horace native has stuck it out through his career at NDSU, creating bonds that will last a lifetime.
You know, people love to say brotherhood, but like really, when you say like brotherhood, when I think of that, it's here, and that's a big reason why I've been here for 5 years. That's a big chunk of my life, and I don't regret a thing. The people around me, I can't thank them enough.
The hard work Terhark has put in started to pay off until an injury derailed a portion of his final season.
Part of the game, and it's unfortunate, especially being seniors, missing a lot of our season, but that's just something we have to get through, and it helps to have such an amazing group of guys on our team to help us get through that, and that just made me feel so special and a part of such an amazing group.
In a new world of college football where players are coming and going, Tyler and his teammates have stuck it out with the green and gold because of that amazing group.
I mean, that's amazing. That just goes to show, like I said, I mean, the teammates in this family here it goes a long ways.
Tyler Terhark wrapping up his Bison career, Coach, and I'd be very curious, what have you seen from him here in your year getting to know him?
Well, two things that you hear from that conversation with him is, our goal is to recruit, retain, and graduate our program's people. Obviously, with some of the nuance in college football, that's become more challenging. For these 25 seniors to stick together and how much the brotherhood matters to him, that's the type of group we're working with right now, and that's the goal, is to have those big groups. But the second thing is, Tyler was delivered information that he'd be out 5 to 6 weeks, and he got back in about 3 to 4 weeks, and I'm so happy for him that he's getting an opportunity to contribute on special teams and has packages on offense. He's done a good job. He's really a consistent worker, and he's going to be a successful guy.
No doubt about it. Steady Eddie for the Bison receivers, battling back through injuries. Certainly great to see him back on the field for the Herd. We're going to take our last time out of the program. We'll wrap things up here on the Bison Football Show after this, taking a look at the bracket, playoff time, NDSU's matchup, and all their preparation during this next bye after this.
Next door, next move. With 45 locations, Gate City Bank is by your side everywhere. With sweeter perks, like free ATMs, and reward points every time you use your debit card. Plus, get 6,000 points just for signing up. That's more than $50 cash back just in time for the holidays. Welcome to banking that's simply better. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life.
Life is full of beautiful moments. Adventure, fun, excitement, and sometimes the unexpected can happen. With Nodak Insurance, you can keep doing what you do. Use our technology to file claims quickly online, on your phone, or lean on our award-winning service team, so you can get back to what matters, living life uninterrupted. Nodak Insurance. Agents with answers.
When you carry blue, you get a devoted team backing you up, focused on you and your well-being, making it easier and affordable for you to make health a priority. When you carry blue, you get a health plan that anticipates your challenges, that's helping shape the future of healthcare, with more helpful tools and resources so you can get the most out of your benefits and focus more on living your best life. Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota. Carry blue. Carry on.
Chronic wasting disease is 100% fatal in deer. Though rare now, it will continue to rise unless you help do something about it. Knowing its location is the key to managing chronic wasted disease. When hunting in the Northeast and Unit 3B2 this fall, plan to get your deer tested. Visit gf.nd.gov to find drop-off locations or request a self-sample kit and review the regulations. The responsibility falls on us all. Let's keep the deer herds healthy for future generations.
Wrapping things up here on the Bison Football Show as you get a look at the bracket. This is the right side of the 2014 field in this year's FCS postseason. And the Bison are the #2 overall seed. The herd will have home field advantage throughout the playoffs on the road to Frisco, and they'll start with the bye. They'll wait the winner of the 15 seed Abilene Christian and Northern Arizona, an at-large out of the Big Sky. As we bring it back into the studio, Sam Neidermann, Coach Polasek. Here's the bracket, Coach. Beautiful as always, and you're going to be awaiting the winner of ACU or Northern Arizona. Should be fun here as we get playoff football underway.
Yeah, what we'll do is, tomorrow we're really going to focus on both opponents, trying to get a quick understanding of who they are structurally. And then if there's a big issue with one of the opponents, we'll focus on them a little bit. And then tomorrow's practice will also include how can NDSU get better. And so as you move towards the bracket, the one thing I know is that we're going to be in Fargo. And that's a big deal, and it looks like a lot of fun. I think the field, it sounded like the committee had a lot of work to do. There's some competitive teams, competitive games yesterday, and we've done it out of the 2 spot many times before, and oftentimes a loss that we all wanted, the community wanted, we wanted, a loss has propelled us to our best football, and so I'm hopeful that that's what happens here this week and next week.
You mentioned, obviously, the preparation for the 2 opponents. How much juggling is that, or is it more productive to just say, all right, let's nail in what we need to nail in internally, and then once we get to game week, we kind of go about it the way we would? Yeah,
with Thanksgiving, right around the corner on Thursday, it makes it a little more challenging. We'll get 3 workouts and then a 4th on Saturday ahead of what these 2 teams will do because of the bye week for us. Anytime anybody's a unique type of offense option, football, or they're a 3-4 structure that's different than NDSU, we'll focus on those guys a little bit more. But this seems to be a pretty good matchup that's a 50-50 kind of toss-up thing with all the information I gathered today and the film study I did.
Let's get it on, Coach. Appreciate you taking the time. As always, regular season is in the books. Let's get some playoff football going. Thank you very much.
Let's go. Go Bison.
Here we go. For Coach Polasek, I'm Sam Neidermann. A big thank you to our entire WDAY-based crew. This has been the Bison Football Show. We'll talk to you guys here in a couple of weeks. Go Bison.
Today's Bison Football Show with Coach Tim Polasek has been presented by Gate City Bank, for a better way of life, and Pepsi.